Good day, everyone. Today, we will talk about identifying direct and reported speech. This module was designed and written with you in mind. As such, you must know how to be a good speaker and an alert listener who has the skill to transfer ideas to another without leaving the thought of the message being delivered. And these are the most essential learning competencies. Define direct speech and reported speech. Identify the difference between direct and reported speech. Change a direct to a reported speech. And familiarize the rules for changing direct speech to reported speech. Before we tackle the topic, read the short dialogue between Teacher Marie and a student named Ben. Let's analyze their conversation. As you can see, there are underlined words, which are take, took, and had taken. These underlined words are verbs. In your previous lesson, you learned already what verbs are and when to use its past and past perfect tense. What do you think do these verbs have to do with our topic for today, which is direct speech and reported speech? The first type of speech is a direct speech. What is a direct speech? A direct speech is a sentence that gives a statement or thought in its original form, according to how the original speaker said that. For example, our classmate is sick and he is in the hospital, Ben said. As you can see, in direct speech, we quote the exact words that were spoken. We put quotation marks around what was said and add a speech tag, such as he said or she asked, or the name of the speaker. Another example, we visited our classmate in the hospital, Ben said. Again, as you can see, there are quotation marks around the statement and, of course, the speech tag, the one who said it. That is how to identify a direct speech. Now, let's take a look at the short dialogue a while back. Let's focus on Ben's lines. Note that Ben's lines are original lines based on how the speaker mentioned it. Both lines are enclosed with quotation marks. These lines are examples of a direct speech. Next, let's look closely at Teacher Marie's lines. The quotation marks and comma were omitted. The word that was also added. The tense of the verb was also changed from present tense to simple past tense and past perfect tense as well. These lines are examples of reported speech. So, what is a reported speech? Reported speech is a sentence that expresses the content of a statement without quoting, just like what is done in direct speech. Examples: Ben said that their classmate was sick and he was in the hospital. Ben said that they had visited their classmate in the hospital. Reported speech is usually used to talk about the past, so we normally change the tense of the verbs. In direct speech, the tense of the verb used is present tense. On the other hand, in reported speech, the tense of the verb is in its simple past tense and it could also be in its past perfect tense. We also use reporting verbs like say, tell, asked, and we also use the word that to introduce the reported words. So this is how you identify a reported speech. And for your activity, read the sentences below, identify which sentences are direct speech and which are also reported speech. Write your answers in any clean piece of paper. Write only direct speech or reported speech. Take note, answers only. Now that you already learned how to identify correctly the direct speech and reported speech, you are now ready to learn about how to change or transform direct speech into a reported speech. There are steps to follow. When changing the direct speech to reported speech, first, the quotation mark and comma are no longer used. Let's take this table as example. In direct speech, the sentence is, "Grandmother teaches me how to cook," Sheila said. In reported speech, Sheila said that her grandmother taught her how to cook. Let's analyze the sentence. There are already no quotation marks and comma in reported speech, and that word was also added in the sentence and as well as the speech tag. Sheila said. And let's take a look at the tense of the verb. The tense of the verb from present tense teaches to simple past tense. So this is how to transform a direct speech into reported speech. Another step to take note is you should follow the format of the introductory words. So here, in the introductory words or the speech tag, you have to know who said the statement. In this sentence, Sheila is the speaker. So in the speech tag, Sheila is put first and the word said. Or you could also use tell, asked, and other words to denote that the speaker said the statement. Let's take a look back at the personal pronouns. I, you, we, he, she, it, they, me, you, us, him, her, it, and them. It could be classified into singular pronouns and plural pronouns. And for the third step is the word that to be added after the speech tag, which includes the speaker. It could be the name of the speaker or the pronoun, and any verb that explains the speaker telling the statement. Number 4 is all about the tense of the verb in reported speech, and there are two tenses. The first is simple past tense, from present tense in their direct speech to the past tense in reported speech. So as you can see here, the verb which is teaches is in its present tense. In reported speech, you can see that the verb is already in its simple past tense, taught. Knows became knew, and present tense catches became caught. The second tense of verb is from past tense to past perfect tense. Example, the sentence in direct speech, "Grandmother taught me how to cook," Sheila said. In reported speech, the verb which is taught is in simple past tense. In reported speech, it will be past perfect tense. Had taught is the past perfect tense of taught. The child knew the answer, Betty said. Knew is the verb in the sentence. And the verb here is in its simple past tense. In reported speech, the past tense will be in its past perfect tense. Had known. Next, the fisherman caught fish, the boatman said. The verb is in its simple past tense, caught. In reported speech, it will be in past perfect tense, had caught. And the last point to remember is all about the modals. In direct speech, it could be in present or future modals, but in reported speech, the modal will be in its past tense. Let's refer to this table. Can, the past tense is could. May, it will be in might in reported speech. Will, would, shall, and should. Let's go back to this table. The sentence in direct speech is I can dance, the girl said. The modal here is can. Can is a present modal. And in reported speech, it will be in past modal. So the modals that was used is could, may, might, will, which is a future modal, will be again a past modal in reported speech, which is would. Let's now check your understanding and let's see how much have you learned in this lesson. In this activity entitled Change Me More, because in the given sentences, you will change the direct speech into reported speech. Write all your answers in any clean piece of paper, answers only. For this activity, you will read the given situation below. Suppose you were that student in the situation. Tell your friend what the grade 7 teacher told you. Construct the sentences in reported speech. Write your answers in any clean piece of paper. Again, answers only. For your assessment, change the direct speech to a reported speech. Write the letter of your answer in any clean piece of paper. Answers only. Do it for the rest of the items given in your module. Again, thank you for listening and participating. See you in the next module. You can always visit my YouTube channel for other video lessons. Good day.